Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Started, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, one and all present for the FDP program. Today is the second day for our discussion. We will continue the information discussed yesterday, today also. Lot of informations are available about to inform the data analytics, about the data analytics. In this session, we will cover some of the examples of data analytics. Not all the examples of data analytics you must understand. Only some kind of data analytics methods, business analytics, web analytics, and the other kind of analytics. Like some of the examples only we will discuss. And then what are the different kinds of softwares available for the data analysis? And for the data analysis purpose, what type of variables are utilized in the field? Then we have to discuss about the life cycle of the data analytics, where the data analytics are utilized lively recently in many companies or organizations, wherever whatever the organizations which are used the data analytics platform oriented information extraction, we will discuss something about the organizations. Finally, we discuss data analytics websites. What are the different kinds of data analytics websites? Okay. There are various kinds of examples of data analytics. So one is business analytics. Nowadays, the number one data analytics information is actually processed by using the major concept of the data analytics by many of the business oriented companies. Most of the business oriented companies, for example, Amazon and Flipkart 100% utilize the data analytics concepts. The next one is risk analytics. How some kind of risk are rectified, identified, carried out by business peoples. These are all discussed in risk analytics. You know that very well about the fraud detection in the current field, in any kind of any field. The fraud detection is number one area nowadays which is useful for the real world applications. Also, there are various applications available in order to analyze the healthcare data. Finally, we discuss about the web analytics and the sentiment analytics. Web analytics having two parts that we discussed later. Sentiment analysis is the one kind of text analysis that also we will discuss. Okay, first we discuss what is business analytics. It is the process by which businesses use statistical methods and technologies for analyzing historical data in order to gain new insight and improve strategic decision making. In order to take a decision making perfectly for running a smooth business, there are various kinds of statistical methods and technologies. Recent technologies are utilized by many companies, by many business peoples, by many organizations. That kind of statistical methods and the recent technologies adopted for running their business is actually coined as business analytics. For what purpose the business analytics informations are extracted? There are various purposes. One is in order to take a better decision making. in order to take a better decision. Therefore, the business analytics is a data management solution and business intelligence subset, which refers to the use of the methodologies such as data mining, predictive analytics, statistical analysis, and some others in order to analyze and transform the data into useful information. In order to find and analyze, utilize the informations, the useful informations which are available in various repositories, various data warehouses, we can use this kind of data mining, predictive analytics, and statistical analysis. Also, these methods are used to identify and anticipate trends and outcomes and ultimately make smarter data-driven business decisions. There are various kinds of business decisions are carried out by many people nowadays for running their business smoothly, in which one of the very famous technology which is adapted to run a business is predictive analytics, data analytics, data mining softwares to identify what are the pros and cons of running the businesses and what we want to expect more and more business gain by running in a proper manner. After analyzing this kind of technology oriented, statistical and predictive data mining oriented analytics, we can run our business very efficiently. Now you see here the business analytics process have many kinds. Already we know that very well about the collection of data, analyzing the data, predict the outcomes, find the best solution and make a decision. Finally, discover the business needs. Whatever the business needs, finally we have to discuss. The business needs are mostly the ultimate top end use of any kind of technology users. The topmost users requirements are satisfied by using this technology. Therefore, most of the companies nowadays run on their business using the recent technologies. What is the difference between analysis and analytics? I already informed. Tomorrow we will discuss. Yesterday I informed you. Tomorrow we have to discuss about the analysis and analytics. Analysis having a focus on processes, but the analysis having a focuses on processes, techniques and functions, but the analytics, not business analytics. In the place of business, you got to consider data. Assume data. Focuses on data and statistical analysis. Focuses data and statistical analysis. So focuses on data and statistical analysis is mostly done by analytics, but only some techniques and functions are carried out by means of this analysis. There are some complex business problems are solved by using the analysis method, but in analytics method, we can predict the future states, future benefits, and how to drive business, how to carry out businesses by making better decisions is done by analytics. Like there are various differences between analysis and analytics. What skills required? Analysis, elicitation, modeling, documentation skills are required. Analysis mind we require. But in analytics, we must have some statistical oriented information, that is formulas, statistical techniques, advanced mathematical techniques and software programming. We must have skill in order to do our business by using the analytics. The areas of impact for the analytics is business decisions and big data, data-driven solutions and forecasting is done. But in the analysis part, only the organization enterprise process business and technology oriented information extraction is carried out. So this is the simple difference between, there are various differences. Not, it is not possible to say by using the few words. Okay. Now we are coming into the risk analysis. What is called as risk analytics? The risk analytics is a form of business intelligence that serves as a component in a risk management environment. It's a form of business intelligence. I already informed you yesterday. The base of the data analytics is statistics with the help of computers, database systems, and then data mining, then predictive analytics, artificial intelligence, then business intelligence, then finally predictive analytics. And various kinds of analytics strategies are carried out in businesses. Now here, the risk analysis is a form of business intelligence that serves as a component in a risk management environment, which does not have to be a digital solution. It's a actual manual solutions. How we can run business effectively, efficiently with gain. But without gain is not possible to analyze by using these technologies. Here we can analyze the data, availability of the data for a business manually or semi-automated methods by using this risk analytics techniques. There are various kinds of risk analytics are carried out. Fraud risk, fraud analysis, fraud detection method, market-based analysis. Market-based analysis is carried out. Credit risk, that is bank, ATM card and other cards are debit card risk are carried out. Then transportation and logistic risk, money transportation also which involves in this category. IT risk, software risk, financial risk, investment risk, supply chain risk. These are all various kinds of risk carried out in the risk analytics. Okay. What is a fraud detection system? In the first point of the risk analytics is a fraud detection system or fraud risk or fraud detection system or fraud risk analytics. Now we want to discuss about what is fraud detection system. There are various kinds of fraud are available. You know that very well. What is a fraud system? A fraud system strengthens and automates the monitoring activities. Your informations are monitored by other people, so that is one kind of fraud. Your databases are encrypted by other people, that is one kind of fraud. So how we can detect with this kind of fraud? How we can detect this kind of fraud by using the recent technologies, the study of the fraud detection system. So monitoring is done based on internal and external data such as employees, customer, counterparties, transactions, events, and external databases. Detection and prevention processes are supported by rules, predictive models, or mixed approaches. What is called as rules, predictive models? There are various rules are available in artificial intelligence oriented rules. Most of the rules which are adopted in fraud detection system for the prevention of fraud, we use the AI oriented rules. Rule based system are mostly coined with the concept of the artificial intelligence, the modern approach. And there are various kinds of predictive models are applied in order to find and prevent the fraud. In order to find and prevent the fraud, we can use predictive models. Also, we can use mixed approaches. Manually, we can detect. By using the technology wise, we can detect. We can prevent. These things are called as mixed approaches. There are various tools applied to detect the fraud and prevent the fraud. What are the softwares applied? What applied for the detection and prevention of the processes? The number of softwares are applied. First, in the fraud detection system, there are 4 points. One is data acquisition, detection, investigation, and the reporting. First, we got to find out the data, whether it is internal data or external data. What kind of transaction carried out based on the data? What type of customers, employees, events, brokers involved in order to access the data? Everything we have to acquire. After the acquisition of the data, we have to detect which peoples are not having the right to access the data. That is detected by using the rule-based, prediction-based, rule-based, prediction-based. There are 2 kind of detection methods are available. One is engine-oriented, detection engine-oriented method. These are all called as rule-based and predictive-based. Then segregation-based detection. That is internal credit card application, e-banking system. These are all carried out by using the data segregation. Only whether the data are used by authorized person only or not, everything is analyzed, detected. Then after finding the fraud peoples, we have to investigate what kind of fraud is happened, how the fraud is happened, and what kind of users are actually taken your data, and everything is analyzed. Finally, you got to create a report. That report, based on your report, some kind of software, in order to prepare the report, some kind of softwares are used. Most of the ad hoc reporting, ad hoc means a temporary, a current state of art report is created based on the availability of the data, based on the fraud, based on the prevention methods. Everything is reported by using the reporting framework session. So this is the simple concept about the fraud detection methods. Actually, fraud detection involves in 2 major areas. One is business intelligence and another one is data science. Yesterday, one of the person asking about data science. Now you can understand. The data analytics is the broad area. Data science is the subpart of the data analytics. But yesterday I told you, data analytics is the subpart of the data science. Either the way you can consider, because the data analytics techniques are applied in data science, as well as the data science methods are applied in data analytics. So both are incorporated. So the fraud analytics is carried out in 2 areas. One is business intelligence peoples and another one is data scientist, data science peoples. In business intelligence peoples, BI is the most number one. 80 to 90% of the peoples are utilizing the BI nowadays. Business intelligence. Without the business intelligence, we cannot run. If you want to order some food items in Swiggy, everything is business intelligence, BI. Management information, data warehousing informations are under the part of the business intelligence. In data science, you must utilize, there are various components: deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence, subsequently big data technologies, big data methods, big data analytics. All these are all the subpart of the data science. Data science is there are various data science technologies are adopted for the use of the fraud analytics. So this is the simple introduction about the fraud analytics. Next we discuss about healthcare analytics. Health analytics or healthcare analytics. It is the process of analyzing current and historical industry data to predict trends, improve outreach, and even better manage the spread of diseases. Analyzing the healthcare data is the study of the healthcare analytics. Simply we can say. What we will do in healthcare analytics, we can predict the diseases which are available in a healthcare data or not. The healthcare data are in a form of many kinds. One is text healthcare data, image healthcare data, audio data, video data, MRI in magnetic resonance imaging is called as MRI scan data. Most of the healthcare images are in the form of MRI. Magnetic resonance imaging is the expansion for MRI. So most 100%, not 100%, 80 to 90% of the health data are available in the form of the images, MRI images. Therefore, analyzing all the healthcare informations by means of the recent technology, the data analytics methods, we will have many kind of methodologies. Therefore, the field covers a broad range of businesses and offers insights on both the macro and micro level. In macro level as well as micro level, we will utilize the worldwide. If you analyze the healthcare data, then it is called as micro level data. Analyzing COVID data for all the entire world, it is micro level. Macro level means only analyzing the COVID data for a country or a region is called as macro level data analytics. Therefore, the health analytics can reveal paths to improvement in patient care quality, clinical data diagnosis, and business management. You must understand various kinds of health data are available. The most of the healthcare data are analyzed by using the sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis involves to analyze the healthcare data. Most of the sentiment analysis are carried out by using the text data. Only in the text data, the sentiment analysis is carried out. We will discuss that one later. To find the better healthcare data analysis, we can go to this scansoft.com. Scansoft.com. Whether this is shared or not, I don't know. My screen shared now?
No, sir.
Right? Yes, I will. Now is it shared?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ScienceSoft, that is SCISCNsoft.com, in which we can find out many analysis about the healthcare data. Why I am taking this website, carry out you into this website means there are a lot of theoretical explanation and introduction about the health data are analyzed, available in this website. Okay, suppose if anybody want to analyze the healthcare data, you can utilize this website. I should inform you that I have completed 13 PhD scholars. 13 PhD scholars are got degree. Out of this, 9 people are done their research work in healthcare data. Only 4 people are other areas. 2 people are sentiment analysis, text analysis oriented. Okay, 2 people are association, that is rule mining based. Association rule mining based analysis is carried out. That is market basket analysis. So very easy to then, if you want to do your research work very easily, you can choose the healthcare data. There are various kinds of personal data are available, health data are available, transaction data are available, patient generated data. How we can be able to analyze all these informations, everything is explained in this method. Here you know that very well. Why analyze the healthcare data? The health data analytics supports the clinical decision making, safeguarding clinical trials, workflow improvement, inpatient alerting, fraud prevention, everything is covered. So there are various forms of healthcare analytics data are available. Now we will go to the other slides. The next, what is the different kinds of healthcare analytics? What are the different types of healthcare analytics? We have to observe the data, what is available. That is called as descriptive analytics. What happened? Analyze the data, diagnostic analytics. Why did it happen? And these are all already we discussed. Predict the data, influence the data. That is how, what are the impact of the data? How the data are influenced for finding so and so technologies, for finding the so and so diseases. Finally, we have to discover the data. This is one of the very famous topic in the field of research, by using not only by using the computer technology, also by using various disciplines, bioinformatics, biochemistry, biotechnology, and some kind of other subjects, not only in computer science. Okay, next we discuss about the web analytics. It is the measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of a web data to understand and optimize web usage. How the web data are used, what are the web data collection methods, how we can able to analyze, how we can create reports based on the web data, is the study of the web analytics. So it is not just a process for measuring web traffic, but can be used as a tool for business and market research and assess and improve website effectiveness. Whether your website is hosted by you, is perfectly utilized by many people or not, how we can able to analyze. That is web analytics. How many people are entered into your website in order to know your information. That is the one kind of analytics. For that we have two types. One is on-site analysis and another one is off-site analysis. The on-site analysis contains measures, that is it measures the user's behaviors once it is on the website. For example, measurement of your website performance is on-site analysis. Off-site is the measurement analysis irrespective of whether you own or maintain a website. For example, measurement of visibility, comments, potential audience, etc. are carried out by means of the off-site analysis. Example of off-site analysis is YouTube. Example of on-site analysis is the Amazon, Flipkart, and other kind of business-oriented platforms. Education-oriented websites are also. Okay. The web analytics also involved search the data, searching the data. Any kind of data may be searched by you. One point. Email data, various kind of email data are available. Third-party stored data, offline sales data, combined data, independent agents affiliated data, social media data, call center data, advertisement server data, and mobile data. Everything is available. Nowadays, if you consider mobile data in a city itself, a big data. Mobile data in a city itself, a big data concept. So big data are very well analyzed by using this web analytics concepts. Okay. Therefore, there are various kinds of web analytics are used. The data which are available in the web are analyzed by using the recent technology, by using the recent softwares is the main part of the web analytics. Now we are coming into the part of the sentiment analysis. What is a sentiment analysis? Okay. Sentiment analysis or opinion mining, both are same. Opinion mining or sentiment analysis are same. It is a natural language processing technique. I already explained yesterday. There is a subpart of the natural language processing is sentiment analysis. It is a natural language processing techniques used to determine whether data is positive, negative, or neutral. You want to analyze the prescription of a doctor for a particular patient. You have some symptoms like heavily affected. You want to find out the text heavily affected in the doctor's prescription for various kinds of patients. Based on the number of availability of this particular word, you can confirm whether the disease is affected for a particular patient or not, or how many patients are affected by this disease. Everything is. There are three kinds of data: positive data, negative data, neutral data. Okay. For the analysis of the sentiment, we must use the various types. One is Senti-word method, tokenization method, Senti-word method, tokenization method, negation deduction algorithms are applied. Suppose if you want to say about the sentiment analysis, I will take more than 2 or 3 hours. Two peoples are done their PhD research work using the sentiment analysis under me. One of the people is attended this webinar. Lada, what technology you used for the finding the tokenization? Available?
Named entity recognition, sir.
Named entity recognition method, and the software used by you?
Neural network, sir.
Neural network
and I have
another
used
one
Java programming, sir.
So another one software, the name I don't know exactly remember. One more software is used by you for the tokenization. Okay. So therefore, sentiment analysis is the process of determining whether a piece of writing is positive or negative or neutral is the study. Therefore, the sentiment analysis is often performed on textual data in order to help businesses monitor brand and product sentiment in consumer feedback and understand consumer needs. Everything is carried out. Suppose if you want to buy a bike in JSP Honda company, you have to enter into the company and find out what are the facilities are available based on your requirement. If they are satisfied, then you can buy. Otherwise, your behavior is analyzed. That is also called as a sentiment analysis. Why you are not purchase your some bike in the same company? Why you are purchase the company, not purchase in the same company? Everything is called as everything is carried out by means of the behavior oriented analysis. That also involves
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, are you asking about Senti-WordNet, sir? It's a database.
Yeah, yes, Senti-WordNet. Senti-WordNet database is utilized. That's why I am asking you. Okay. There are various methods are available. Most of the methods utilized for the purpose of the data analytics. That is sentiment analysis oriented. The sentiment analysis models focuses on popularity, but also on feelings and emotion. Emotion detection algorithms, emotion detection methods are available. Okay, emotions are available in the text: angry, happy. A particular customer is angry with you or happy with you or sad with you. Everything is analyzed. That is urgency, even intentions. Everything is carried out by means of this sentiment analysis. Okay. Then it is the contextual mining of text, which identities and extracts subject informations. Identifies and extract subject information in source material and helping a business to understand the social sentiment of their brand product. Okay. So textual analysis, contextual text analysis is mostly called as done by sentiment analysis. Therefore, there are various social media streams or streaming data. Data stream is entirely differ from data. Data streaming is entirely differ from data, because a bulk of data are analyzed at a time, growing every day, every second, every microsecond, every millisecond. The data streaming data are growing. So analyzing all these kinds of informations based on the sentiment analysis, we can able to analyze. Therefore, this analysis system for text analysis combines natural language processing, machine learning techniques to assign weighted sentiment scores to the entities, topics, themes, and everything is carried out. Okay. Therefore, the sentiment analysis involves tokenization, stop word filtering, negation handling, stemming, classification, sentiment class, text input, text analysis, everything is carried out. These are the part of the sentiment analysis. Okay. Now, what are the different types of the sentiment analysis? There are two types of sentiment analysis. One is, there are two approaches, not the types, machine learning approach and the lexicon based approach. If you are very well about the compiler design, what is called as lexical analysis, because the text is carried out, text is analyzed. How we can split and identify the text? The text are tokenized. That is the tokenization. Already here there is a word, tokenization is your text should be tokenized. For that purpose alone, the sentiment analysis is very famous. So the lexicon based approach is, your entire document is to be tokenized first, and then the tokenized informations are analyzed by using some kind of technology methods, techniques. So machine learning approach, lexicon based approaches are two kinds of sentiment analysis. In machine learning, you know that very well, supervised and unsupervised. In supervised and unsupervised, you can carry out yourself. Supervised, there are various decision tree algorithm, linear classifier, rule based, probabilistic classifiers, naive based, Bayesian classifier, maximum entropy based, neural network based, SVM based, everything, PCA based, principal component analysis based, everything is available. But in the lexicon based approach, dictionary based approach and corpus based approach are two kinds. The text are actually the spelling of a text analysis. Suppose if you want to use the word analysis, analysis, ANALYSES, sometimes some people are users, that is UK English. Then American English, S is used in the place of set. So a lot of differences in order to analyze the text oriented information. For analyzing your own method of text is called as corpus based approach. For this corpus based approach is, example of this approach is FinCorp. What is FinCorp? Muthoot FinCorp. FinCorp means financial corporation. That is the actual expansion. But FinCorp, there is a word newly coined by the Muthoot company. That is the FinCorp. That kind of text is called as corpus based approach. We can coin statistical methods. We can analyze by using the statistical methods. The semantic based. Semantic means the meaning of the word is a text. For example, Muthoot FinCorp means financial corporation. What is the meaning of the financial corporation? FinCorp is financial corporation. That is identified by using the semantic analysis. Okay. The syntax analysis is not discussed in the text analysis. Syntax may be differ. Okay. So there are two kind of sentiment analysis. One is machine learning based and lexicon based approach. Now we want to come to the data analytics softwares. There are a number of data analytics softwares are available. There are a number of data analytics softwares are available. Okay, that is, you know that 15 data analytics softwares are available in the field. Already I inform you this website, predictiveanalyticstoday.com, data analytics softwares. Okay, so in this there are various kinds of data analytics softwares are analyzed. What is the ultimate use of this data analytics softwares? More top data analytics softwares are Sisense. Sisense for cloud data teams, TIPCO, Spotfire, Ultrex Analytics, Arcadia Data, IBM SPSS Modular, Tableau Desktop, Novi, Minitab. These words are not known by you. First, I want to inform you, dear research peoples, if you want to do your research work in a particular field, you have to first identify the software which are freely available in the website. First, you identify the software for your data set. In order to analyze your data set, what software is feasible, what software is frequently used, easily used for the analysis of your data. Everything is discussed. That is very important. So your data should be analyzed by using what kind of softwares, that you want to discuss first. Okay, so what is data analytics software? You know that very well. What is the use of the data analytics softwares? Everything is available. All these softwares are used for what purpose? Means scalability. Scalability means any kind of missions your software should be available. So any type of data sets your software should be feasible, fetched. So any kind of mission, any kind of data set, any kind of platform, your data set, your software should be adapted. Okay, you can easily install your software in any machine, in any data set, and everything is called as scalability. Embedded analytics, embedded systems, you know that very well. Visual dashboards, charts and graphs are easy to create by using your softwares. That is very, very important. Now R language is very famous software. Tableau software is also very famous nowadays. Tableau is freely available in the net. Okay, so versatility is the data analysis method software in which we can easily organize some kind of tools in this method. So raw data processing, the very useful for your softwares. There are various kinds of softwares are available. What are the benefits of data analytics softwares? You have to enhance customer experience, analytics, competitive advantage, risk and fraud detection, easily carry out, real-time access to information. For these purposes, mainly the data analytics softwares are utilized. There are various application areas are available for the data analytics software. Already we know that very well about this data analytics software. Okay. Now we discuss the next topic. What are the data tools used in data analytics? You know that R programming. We will discuss tomorrow definitely what is the basics for the R programming. Okay. So the next one is Python language. It's R programming and the Python languages are very simple, very easy to use. The Python language, Python is the open source language, object-oriented programming, in which there are various kinds of softwares we can able to adopt. So the Python is easy to read, write, and maintain. It provides various machine learning and visualization libraries. That is very important. Most of you are not known very well. You know, some of you are known Python language, but you cannot know very well. The machine learning and visualization libraries are available in the Python language. Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Matplotlib library, Pandas, Keras, etc. are available in the Python softwares. So it can also be assembled on any platform like SQL Server, MongoDB, database, JSON softwares. This JSON is one of the software. MongoDB is one of the software. SQL Server, you know that very well. So Python is one of the very famous software for data analytics nowadays. R programming also. In R programming, there are three kinds, three versions are available. One is Unix based, another one is Windows based, and another one is Apple based, Mac OS based. Okay. Now, the other softwares which are used for data analytics is Tableau software. This is a free software which connects to any data sources such as Excel, corporate data warehouse, etc. Excel sheet we can easily, if you have your data in Excel sheet, Excel format, using the Tableau software very easily you can analyze. So this Tableau software then creates visualizations, maps, dashboards, etc. with real-time updates on the web. The web data are also incorporated with the Tableau softwares. Then click view. This tool offers in many data processing with the results delivered to end users quickly. Actually, this tool is in-memory data processing software. What is called as in-memory data processing software? The software is inbuilt with the some machines, which is available in the RAM only, not in the other kind of disk-oriented informations. Okay, so these are all. One people raised hand. What is your doubt? You can ask me. Please unmute yourself. Excuse me. No. Okay. So this click view, it also offers data association, data visualization with the data being compressed almost 10% of its original size. The click view also compress the original data set. After compression only the data should be analyzed. Okay. The other softwares are used for the analysis purposes SAS, a programming language and environment. Most of the softwares for data analytics now we discuss in this session are some softwares are languages, some softwares are tools, some softwares are environment, programming environment. LAN is programming environment, but the other kind of Unix is not a programming environment. Multi-user operating system is not a programming environment. Many people are confused with these multi-user operating systems. So programming environment, some softwares, programming languages, some softwares. So these softwares are used for data manipulation and analytics. This tool is easily accessible and can analyze data from different sources. So Microsoft Excel is another one kind of data analytics software. So you know that very well, that we don't want to discuss here. Then RabbitMiner, yeah, what is called as in the number one data mining software is RabbitMiner. How many of you are utilized? Very easily adapt this RabbitMiner. In the RabbitMiner software is freely available in the website kdnuggets.com. KD Nuggets, Knowledge Discovery Nuggets, KDNUGGUSTS, kdnuggets.com. You have to mind it. In kdnuggets.com, that is kdnuggets.com is the number one data mining based repository in which there are various data mining softwares are available. One of the very famous data mining software is RabbitMiner. Okay, it is a powerful integrated platform that can integrate with any data source types such as Access, MS Access files, Excel files, Microsoft SQL files, Teradata, Oracle data, Sybase data, Sybase software. These are all very easy to adapt in the RabbitMiner. This tool is mostly used for predictive analytics such as data mining, text analytics, and machine learning technologies. The another software is KNI, that is Constack Information Miner is called as KNIM. It is an open source data analytics platform, not a software, which allows you to analyze and model data. You have to analyze the data, model the data. It is a platform, not this. It is a platform means one kind of software platform. With the benefit of this visual programming, this software provides a platform for reporting and integration through its modular data pipeline concept. There are various visual programming technologies are adapted available in this softwares. Okay. The another one is redefine. It is a Google refine. It is also called as a Google refine softwares. This data cleaning software will help you clean up data for analysis. For cleaning your data, we can use Open Refine or Google Refine, both are same. It is used for cleaning messy data, that is noisy data, the transformation of data and parsing data from websites. The website data are cleaned and then stored in a unified manner by means of using this Open Refine softwares. Then Apache Spark, you know that very well. Apache Spark is the one of the software it's used frequently for the big data analytics. A number one software which is used for big data is Apache Spark. One of the large scale data processing engine. This tool executes applications in Hadoop clusters 100 times faster in memory and 10 times faster on disk. This tool is also popular for data pipelines and machine learning model development. Apache Spark is 100% utilized for the analysis of the large scale data, that is big data analytics. For the big data analytics, the Hadoop platform is number one. Hadoop software is number one software. Suppose if you want to know about the Hadoop software, please go to my YouTube channel. In the YouTube, just type Dr. T. Velmurugan, Dr. Dr. full stop T full stop Velmurugan. This is my YouTube channel name. If you can go to my YouTube channel and refer. There are various Hadoop environment based lectures are available, videos are available. You can see the technology which are adapted, utilized currently for the analysis of the big data are available in my YouTube channel. Okay. Next we are coming to the part of the types of variables. Only two kind of variables. One is numerical variable and another one is categorical variables. In numerical variables, there are two kinds of variables, continuous variables and discrete variables. Example of continuous variable is height, weight, profit. Sir, why we want to discuss about the variables in the data analytics? Data analytics mostly involved taken the attributes. The attributes are actually called as variables. The data analytics software, any kind of data analytics software which taken as input a attribute value. The attribute or more than one attribute is actually available, stored in your data set, and then the attribute is given into the system. Then your software should be analyzed. So what kind of variables you utilized for the analysis of your data? What is the behavior of your variables? That is attributes. Attribute values are actually called as variables. Okay. Therefore, the type of variables which are utilized for the analysis of the data, which involves either numerical or categorical data. In numerical data, numerical variable, continuous height, weight, profit are continuous variables. Height is for one people's, today we have one height, tomorrow we have another one height, that is continuous height. Okay, discrete variables, number of items, population, count of students are called as discrete. Discrete, we can have a limitation, but in the continuous variables, there is no limitation. Best example for continuous variable is integration symbol. Integration, that is minus infinity to plus infinity. But discrete variables values I equal to 1 to n. For I equal to 1 to n, there is no lower limit and upper limit in continuous variables. There is a lower limit which is 1 in discrete variable, and upper limit is n. For n, we can put some number in discrete variables. That is discrete variable. Okay. So there is a limit in discrete variable. There is no limit, lower limit and upper limit in continuous variables. These things are also not known by many of the peoples which are doing their research work. It's the fact. Okay. So what is called as categorical variables? There are two kinds of categorical variables: nominal categorical variable, ordinal variable, and nominal variables. Nominal variables are location, caste, gender. There are some kind of limited informations are available in the nominal variables. Location, caste, gender are limited, only 2 or 3. Okay, so limited number of categorical variables are available. Ordinal variables are grade, hotness, coldness. These are some various kinds of informations. Grades are more available. So ordinal variables, these are called as ordinal variables. Date is the categorical variable. Date, you have to understand, date is categorical variable. Day, time, hour, minutes, month, year, everything is available in the name of date. So this is one of the categorical variable. Okay, so we must know that about the type of variables. You know that variable, what is data matrix, 2 modes, dissimilarity matrix, 1 mode, only diagonal below the diagonal matrix or above the diagonal matrix alone are having the values. How you can understand this kind of array variables, everything by using the data structures, you know that very well. Now, how we can measure the quality of clustering in data mining? Most of the people are done their research work using the clustering technologies. Grouping the data objects, similar data objects are grouped into one category, that is called as a cluster. The dissimilar objects are grouped into another cluster. So this is the definition of a cluster. So the similarity and the dissimilarity metric is actually carried out by using this clustering analysis, cluster analysis. Most of the cluster analysis used the distance based measures. Distance between 2 points is calculated in order to find out a data objects which a particular data object which belongs to what kind of cluster, why, in what cluster, in what group a particular data object should belongs to. That will decide the distance between the 2 data points. So the distance measure is the number one measure in order to test the quality of a clustering methodology. Therefore, there is a separate quality function that measures the goodness of a cluster. There are various distance functions usually available. Okay, there are different kinds of interval scaled Boolean variables, categorical variables, ordinal, ratio variables, everything is available. Okay, therefore weights should be associated with the different variables based on applications and data semantics. Graph based approach having some kind of vertices we can assign weight, some kind of edges we can assign weight, that is weight based. So it is hard to define similar enough, good enough, the answer is typically highly subjective. Based on the data type only, we can, based on the availability of the data only, we can define whether it is easy to analyze or hard to analyze everything. Okay, now we discuss the types of data in data analysis. Okay, interval scaled variables, binary variables, nominal, ordinal, ratio variables, variables in mixed types. Okay, interval valued variables, that is standard deviation, mean, median, mode, these are all interval valued variables. Mean, how we can find out mean? Average, number of sum of the given set of data are divided by the number of the data is called as mean. Therefore, by using the standard formula, standardized data formula, standard deviation, absolute deviation method, we can find out the interval scaled variables. So calculate by using the Z score, Z test. There are 4 kind of tests are available in the data analytics methods. The statistical methods. The statistical methods are 4 types. Only is T test, F test, chi-square test, and Z test. Z test, T test, F test, and chi-square test. In which there are 2 categories. One is large samples and another one is small samples. The large samples which utilizes Z test, and t-test. F-test utilizes the small samples. Small data are analyzed. Large data are analyzed by using the z-test. The z-score or z-test are as usually called as what? F-test are called as normal variance. So there are various kinds of methodologies are adopted in order to analyze the data. What kind of testing category, what kind of information extraction is carried out by you, everything is decided on your hand. Okay, similarity and dissimilarity between objects. Similarity and dissimilarity between objects. What is distances are normally used to measure the similarity or dissimilarity between two data objects. There are various kinds of distance measures are available. Minkowski distance. Distance means only we have one formula, sir. Distance between two points, only one formula. That is not considered here. There are various distance measures. Minkowski formula, we can use this formula. Manhattan distance, we can use this formula. Okay. The another one is Euclidean distance. This only we will use. In our 8th, 9th standard itself, you have to read out this Euclidean distance. Euclidean distance are two norm distance. One norm distance is called as Manhattan distance. This Manhattan distance is one norm distance. Two norm distance or Euclidean distance is called as, that is both are same. Euclidean distance or two norm distance. Okay, using this formula we can find out very easily the Euclidean distance. Then contingency table for binary data. How we can able to use this binary data contingency? You know that variable object 0 and 1 and 0, 1 and 0, object I and object C. Sum is what? A plus C, and go like that very easily. So simple matching coefficient invariant if the binary variable is symmetric. If the binary variable is symmetric, how we can able to find out the distance between I and J using this formula? Okay. If the binary variables is asymmetric, then how we can find out the distance between these two variables objects I and J? Here I is the one object and J is the another one object. Distance between I and J, if I and J are asymmetric variables, then use this formula. If I and J are symmetric variables, then use this formula. This is the binary variable methods. Okay. Then dissimilarity between binary variables, you know that very well about example, one of the example, Jack, Mary, Jim. Okay. Gender, male, female, male. Fever, Y, cough, test 1, test 2, test 3 and test 4. Using this, there are various methods using the various kinds of informations. Jack and Mary, what is the effectiveness? What is the distance? Then what is Jack and Jim? What is Jim and Mary? So in which pair of peoples are affected heavily means Jim and Mary. So this is the one kind of methodology for data analytics we can easily carry out. Then what is called as nominal variables? A generalization of the binary variable in that it can take more than two states, red, yellow, blue, green. A color is differentiated more than two. Color is differentiated more than two. So this kind of variables are called as what? Nominal variables. More than two states are available in order to find a particular variable, then it is called as what? Nominal variables. M stands for number of matches, B stands for total number of variables, then distance between I and J equal to P minus M divided by P. This is simple matching. Then use large number of binary variables, creating a new binary variable for M nominal states. That is entirely different. Okay, then next we want to discuss about ordinal variables. What is ordinal variable? An ordinal variable can be discrete or continuous variables. Order is very, very important. Rank. How we can find out rank among a particular class? Then that is either in ascending or descending, or based on some criteria you have to rank the peoples. This is the ranks are accepted or rejected. You can analyze by using the z-test. Z-test method is very well utilized. Okay. Then what is called as ratio scaled variables is not easy to understand. That is curve fitting method, exponential curve of the form a into b power a into e power bt or a into e power minus bt is the exponential curve of the form. Is it possible to find out the exponential curve form? The ratio scaled variables is not possible. Okay, here for a and b we can find out some values. T is a variable. Here T is a variable. In the place of T you got to fit x. X is variable. Okay, if you say x, then only you know that very accepted by variables. So in the place of T you got to assume x. A into e power bx. A and b are constants, e power exponential curve of the form. Okay, like you can logarithmic curve, everything is carried out by using this kind of ratio scaled variables. Whether the ratio scaled variables are given good results, definitely will never given good results, because some kind of limitation is not carried out by using these variables. Okay, then variables of mixed types: symmetric binary, asymmetric binary, nominal, ordinal, interval. Some kind of mixed variables utilized for the analysis of the variables is called as what? Mixed types. Binary and nominal variables are combined. Interval based use of normalized distances and everything is, that is, to more than 2 types of variables are taken into account and form a new formula that is called as mixed types. Okay, now we coming into the part of discussion about the analytics life cycle. Okay, we are coming into the part of the analytical life cycle, data analytics life cycle. First we understand what is analytics life cycle only. Okay, I am seeing the time. Okay, just wait 1 minute please. How we can able to analyze the given set of data? First you got to understand the problem, identify the problem, formulate the hypothesis, for that collect the data, explore the data or prepare the data for the analysis. You got to build the model, then finally validate your model, evaluate your model. This is the data analytics life cycle. Okay, actually this is called as data analytics. What is called as problem identification? The problem is a situation which is judged to be corrected or solved. Problem can be identified through by yourself. You have to identify your problem. What is the data set? What is the behavior of the data set? What a data set content? What is the content of the data set? What kind of informations are available in the data set? What are the number of attributes available in the data set? Then in what manner we can able to analyze your data set? Whether the data set are structured or unstructured, whether it is possible to whether it is possible or whether it is the fully available data or partial availability of data is collected by you or not. Everything is identified by means of this problem identification. There are various kinds of problem identification. We can comparative benchmarking studies. Benchmarking data, UCI machine learning repositories data are called as benchmarking data. Do you know UCI machine learning repository data set? That is benchmarking data, because the data are permanently stored in the data warehouse. You can collect the data, download the data, browse the data, utilize your data, or you have to collect the data, compare it for the comparison purpose. The performance reporting, is it possible to create a performance of about your data? So in order to do for these two kinds, whether what kind of data are needed, identified by you, and what is the performance it is possible to do by yourself based on the data, for that we have some basic questions. Who are affected by the problem? That is data. What will happen if problem is not solved, if not possible then what will happen? When and where does the problem occur? Where and when the problem is occurred? Why is the problem occurring? Why the problem is happened? How are the people currently handling the problem? Okay, for these questions, if you want to answer, then you fully identify, understand the data. Then only you have fully understand the data. Problem identification is understanding the data. You have to understand the data. Okay. The next one is hypothesis formulation. Already you have identified your data. How we can analyze the data? Hypothesis formulation. Hypothesis, what is called as hypothesis? A condition to carry out a test is called as hypothesis. Based on some kind of test only, you can analyze your data. How you can carry out test? You have to fit a condition. That condition is called as hypothesis. In your data set, there are 100 attributes are available, but it is not possible to analyze all the 100 attributes. Only you are choosing 2 attributes or 3 attributes. Based on the values of the 2 or 3 attributes, only you have to analyze the data. That is your condition. If the attribute values are above 1000, if it is a numeric data, then you don't want to understand, or you don't want to test the data, train the data, or test the data, which is called as a hypothesis. So there must be a threshold for analyzing the data. The threshold is, that is what is the maximum limitation and the minimum limitation, minimum value, maximum value that you required. How we can fit the condition in order to analyze your data is called as hypothesis. Frame the questions which need to be answered. Develop a comprehensive list of all possible issues related to the problem. That is IML. What kind of problem taken by you for the analysis of the given availability of data? Then reduce the list by eliminating duplicates and combining overlapping issues. That is, only you got to find out the primary key in your data set. First you have to, that is main key. Primary key you have to find out, and then secondary key use yourself. The other keys are not considered. That is the main point. So that is called as reducing the list of duplicates and other kind of information. Using consensus, building get down to a major issue list. Everything is not possible. If you consider all these attribute values, is not possible to carry out your test. So you have to fit a condition in order to test your data. That is called as a hypothesis formulation. For that, there are large data sets are available. Based on our hypothesis, what data are qualified? Based on your hypothesis, what data are qualified? That alone are taken into account for the analysis purpose. That is data collection. What, sir? Initially, we collected data and then identify the data. All your identified data are not used for the analysis purpose. Only some hypothesis oriented, your required information alone are taken into account and analyze the data. That for that purpose you want to collect the data. Data collection techniques are using the data is already collected by others, systematically selecting and watching characteristics of people, objects and events. Various supposed oral questioning respondents either individually or as a group, collecting data based on answers provided by the respondents in written format. These are the methods of data collection. Okay, nowadays questionnaire method are very older method. If you post to Google form, they will answer. That's all. That's enough. Now we are simply follow the method. You have to post a Google form and post it into some groups. They will answer you your questions. This is one of the best method for data collection. Organized data, relevant data, not irrelevant data are collected by means of this Google forms. Okay, then data exploration. How we can explain the data? For that purpose, we have to import the data. How we can explore the data? We have to import the data. variable, we have to identify the variables. If unnecessary informations are available, clean the data. After cleaning the data, summarize the data. Select a subset of the data for analysis purpose. This is the data exploration, right? Okay. Next one is analytics life cycle. Model building. Model building. Just wait. Model building. We have to build a model, coin a model. Building a model is very iterative process because there is no such thing as a final and perfect solution. Your own model should be created. Many of the machine learning and statistical techniques are available in the traditional technology platform. Either you can use available methods, available patterns, available models, or you can coin, or you can create your own model. That is model building. Hybrid model. Okay. Then model that is chosen by you, whether it is existing model or hybrid model. Then the model validation and evaluation must be very careful. The model validation and evaluation must be very careful. The like model building, the process of validation model is also a iterative procedure. How we can identify, how we can evaluate the model? What kind of data are entered as input for your model? What type of data are entered? What kind of results are produced after evaluating your model? These things are available. So for that purpose, we have the various metrics: confusion matrix, confidence interval, ROC curve, chi-square, root mean square error, gain and gift chart. These are all some technologies, visualization technique as well as analyzing technique. Okay. What is confusion matrix? A confusion matrix is a table that often used to describe the performance of a classifier model. It is a classifier. Confusion matrix is a classifier on a set of test data for which the true values are known. In order to analyze the confusion matrix, by using the confusion matrix, there are 10 set of data are available. Choosing, you want to test a single set. First set you have to test the data. The remaining 9 sets are training data. If you choose the second set of data, the remaining 9 sets are training data. So testing data, training set are differ. That is the main concept of the confusion matrix, which itself is relatively simple to understand, but the relative terminology can be confusing. Okay. Okay. Now we can have some confusion matrix examples. Very simple. No. That is predicted yes, predicted no, actual no, actual yes. It's not easy to understand this confusion matrix. What is true positive, what is false positive, true positives, true negatives, false positives, false negatives. Very easy. What is true positive? This is true negative. Both are negative. If both are negative, so it is true negative. Which is false positive? First one is false, the next one is positive. This is no, this is yes, therefore this is false positive. Okay. Now this is false negative. Actually this is yes, but it is not accepted. Okay, for this kind of topic is a false negative. This is true positive. Both are true, it is true positive. Okay. So when we reject the data, originally it is accepted, one kind. When we reject the data, originally it is accepted, another one kind. You have to accept the data by your result, but originally it is rejected. Your results are got no, that is false result, but it is originally true result. So there are various kinds of confusion matrix. You can understand very easily by using this chart. Okay. Now next, how we can find out the accuracy and sensitivity. True positive, true negative, divided by total. Misclassification rate overall, how often it is wrong. Error rate also find out by using this. This is called as error rate. Error rate is calculated by using this formula. There are various formulas are used. Okay. Then true positive rate, that is sensitivity, recall. The same thing is this formula. True positive divided by actual is called as what? Sensitivity, the value of the sensitivity or recall. 70 to 80% of the researchers in the field of computer science, those who are doing their research work using classification algorithms, are using the same formula. Whether they know what is the actual meaning of the sensitivity, specificity, and recall, and true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative, no. I am asking many questions in front of many people, nobody is answering. So this is the formula. You can easily understand how we can able to understand sensitivity and recall, how we can calculate. The formulas are used. Okay, true negative rate, precision and prevalence. What is the formula for precision calculation and true negative rate? Everything is called as having, we have to use a formula. Okay, so using these formulas we can find out. The other metrics are null error rate. There is no error rate. This is often you would be wrong if you always predicted the majority class. Always you are predicting the wrong result, then null error rate. Okay, this is another metric. Cohen's kappa statistics. Kappa statistics is another metric. Error rate is actually called as kappa statistics. Already we have a formula for error rate. Okay, F score. What is recall is called as F score. Many of you are not known very well F score, about the F score. What is F score? Recall formula. If you use, then it is called as F score. Then ROC curve, region of interest, ROI and ROC curve. This is calculated by using the formula. The another kind of distance measures I want to complete within this distance measures. There are various distance measures, already we discussed. If you go to this site, towardsdatascience.com, note that towardsdatascience.com, which is a website, 9 distance measures in data science. Towardsdatascience.com is the website. We can have many distance measures. There are various data analytics websites are available. Elsewhere data, cloudera.com, datasciencecentral.com. These are some websites utilized for the analysis of the data. 2 or 3 slides are available. We will complete the data analytics today. Okay, these are some websites. Databricks.com, uipath.com, codehorizons.com. This uipath.com provides data automation, robotic process automation softwares, which is UiPath. Code Horizons, BrightTalk.com, DataIQ.com, AllenAI.com, Allen Institute of Artificial Intelligence, KDNuggets.com. I already informed you, KDNuggets.com. If you enter the KDNuggets.com, definitely lot of informations are available. Okay, then we continue the R programming tomorrow. Today, within this small introduction about the data analytics, we can stop today's discussion. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Any questions?
Sir, there is a one question in the chat box, sir. Where and
Yes.
how using data analytics in IoT, sir?
In IoT, there are various kinds of data analytics are applied. How we can effectively utilize the IoT devices? How IoT devices are incorporated with what kind of tool for what methodology? Suppose if you want to stop a motor which is monitored by IoT devices, actually the motor is available in the agricultural land. You have to control your using your IoT device. in order to control. How we can monitor the IoT devices are mostly utilized for the data analysis, because suppose for example AutoCAD starters are available for the what tank filling, water tank filling. AutoCAD that is a starter are available. Is it true or not? How the starter will work automatically? How the motor is switch off? By means of observing some data, by means of some observations. Like there are various methods are available for all these IoT devices are utilized. Okay, next.
So next question, sir. Can we do research in health analytics using machine learning?
Definitely. Already during my session, I have informed 2 of my research scholars completed, got degree by using machine learning methodologies for healthcare analytics. 2 of my peoples are you completed, got degree. Yes. Definitely we will do machine learning technologies. 100% the healthcare analytics are done by using the machine learning algorithms. Then why it is doubt?
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, actually, I only asked that question, sir. Machine learning can we do in health analytics now?
Yes.
Because health analytics, if we are doing research, is it very hard to prove, sir? Prove பண்றது வந்து they'll need lot of proofs வந்து machine healthcare ல இருந்து கொடுக்கணும்ன்ற மாதிரி எதுவும் problem இருக்குமா, sir?
That is based on your taken data set, taken parameter, taken number of attributes, taken number of algorithms.
I've just now started, sir. Just now registered. So
that is
idea
based on your data set, based on your wish. If you taken more attributes, more methods, it is tough. Many of the peoples are doing the research work like analysis of data mining technologies incorporated with neural network by adapting the machine learning techniques. Is it possible?
Very hard, sir.
That like if you choose on the topic, definitely is not possible.
Okay.
You have to choose some sort of methods, 2 or 3 methods, existing method, only 1 or 2 data set.
Okay, so can you give some ideas in that, sir?
How it is possible? The ideas.
Okay. Okay.
You can contact me my personal.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Participants, if you have queries, kind post in chat box.
Any other questions?
So till now, no questions, sir.
Okay. You can conclude.
Okay, sir.
Yes, you can conclude.
Thank you, sir. Today we have seen a much more knowledge about the data analytics. We are waiting for the tomorrow session or programming. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. You can leave.
Participants, kindly fill the attendance form